doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Sending me round the circle.
We'll be simultaneously on YouTube as well.
Let's see if it's happening there.
Yes.
This meeting is being recorded.
Here you go.
Oh, okay.
Working
Yep.
I'll leave.
All right. Hello. I'm not able to hear you. Unmute yourself, please. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, that's better. We can hear you now.
No, yeah. Good afternoon, Professor. Good morning
Good afternoon.
in India. So good
What
to see you
time is
guys.
it in India?
It's
10:30.
10:10, yes.
10:30. Great.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Thank you so much for coming on this webinar because I and Sohail had long discussion on promoting pharmacy programs in Griffith University. So in our recent meeting in Chandigarh. So I'm really looking forward to it, and I really hope that this webinar will bring more and more people, to Griffith University, and I'm really, hopeful that this will uh, disembark the information which probably not available to the students, and they don't, get to know, the important things about pharmacy programs being offered by Griffith University. So the floor is all yours. So.
Sure. So,
What would you like to know? That's the question. There's so much to say. We've had a great experience with students from India, and they still make up the majority of our international students coming through this program. So,
Yeah.
but we do see a lot of applicants. Unfortunately, we see a lot of offers that we make that students don't take up, and we don't know why they don't take them up, those offers. Whether it's getting harder and harder, obviously, to get a visa, but every year we've had well over 100 applicants from India, 150 to 200 some years, and we would say that we give offers to at least 50% of them, so at least 100 students, but we might only see 15 to 20 come over here each year.
and James is the program director for Master of Pharmacy program.
Hello,
So James literally go at the ground level in terms of their application assessment and everything, and making it all timely in terms of offers and any related information.
One of the reasons, James, I can see for the last couple of years is tough GTE norms for international students.
As what?
The GTE, the genuine temporary entrant norms. There's a very tough screening from the university side. Of course, that is, that probably resonates with what the High Commission asked them to do.
Yeah,
that's exactly right. That's what I was going to say. The risk is that if they don't follow the recommendations, and then we have a lot of non-genuine students, it will become even harder for students to get visas to come to Griffith. So they try to make sure that they very carefully look at people and what they're that they seem to be taking a genuine pathway to come in here to study.
Yeah, and one more thing, I think in our part of India, the northern part of India, probably the program has not been promoted the way it should have been promoted, because we working with Griffith University for the last 15, 20 years, and after meeting Sohail in my last meeting, so many things which I probably didn't know, I got to know. So, being a consultant who represents Griffith University, if I am aware of this program or this faculty in a better way, probably I'll be able to promote this program in a better way, because in our part of India, majority of program are sold by the the consultants, because students and their family come to the consultant. So
Yes.
if a student coming from the medical background, they ask what sort of program our kids should go for, or they have 2 3 programs, and then they probably rely on the consultant to guide them. So if the consultant is well equipped with the program information, probably then he is in a better position to to guide the student for the program. Because I was of the opinion before meeting Sohail that it requires 7 each in IELTS, whereas it is not.
No.
Yeah.
No.
For me, it was a, and then I was of the opinion that only Bachelor of Pharmacy student can get into this program.
No, we have. I've got examples here, and I've taken some examples. This is from international students. We've had Bachelor of Science, Master of Science, Bachelor of Biomedical Science, Bachelor of Scientific Biological Sciences, Doctor of Veterinary Medicine, nursing. We've had nursing students before as well.
Even Sohail was telling
examples
me
here, and I've taken some examples.
The BDS, Bachelor of Dental Surgeons, can also take up this program.
We have, we've got one dental surgeon who is registered in South Asia, so Pakistan. She's here at the moment doing her Master of Pharmacy degree with us. Yeah, she, I believe, she might have had to take a pharmacology course. I don't think there was any. I can't speak specifics on her case, but this is often what happens is they'll write to us, and we'll, even when they have, say, a general Bachelor of Science degree, and we've had some of those from India, and some of them being offered places, but we don't hear back from them. They might have 3 courses they have to take, might have to take 1 physiology and a biochemistry, because they always have enough maths, they always have enough chemistry.
Yes.
So it's normally only the biochemistry, the physiology, pharmacology, those 3 courses.
And there are a list of courses, Amit, on the webpage for MPharm that students should have had done as the prerequisites for MPharm eligibility. So what we could do then, because James is here as program director, maybe we quickly run through the structure of the program, and then we quickly give you a briefing about the eligibility.
Absolutely.
How does that sound?
Fantastic. And one more thing, did you share with James that there was a student who went to Monash University, Master of Pharmacy, and then he approached us through somebody that the M Pharmacy of Monash is not leading to registration, and he wants to shift to Griffith University.
No, I haven't had a chat about it.
That's difficult.
Yeah. Because you're right. There are several programs in Australia that sounds like could lead to a registration pathway, but not all leads to registration pathway, isn't it, James?
Yeah, that's right. And ours does. And there is one over in Western Australia, over in Perth, a long way away. Well, it's closer to you, I guess, but I think that one still has a pathway to registration. And there is one now in Darwin as well. But there are very few. There is one in Sydney, but where we are amongst the longest standing of providing Master of Pharmacy here. There's been a Master of Pharmacy here in Griffith leading to registrations since, I'm trying to think how long Brian's been registered. No, the new program has been around 8 years.
8 years.
But we had a previous program which articulated with a Bachelor of Pharmaceutical Science, which had been around another 10 years before that or more. We've been around for at least 20 years with a Master of Pharmacy here at Griffith. Yeah, we just changed the structure slightly because the previous structure was only 18-month study, but it required you had to come from our undergraduate degree. Instead, we changed it to one that required more study, but embedded within our program. We have 3 years equivalent of study, but it's done very quickly over 2 years. We do, instead of 2 semesters a year, we do 3 trimesters bang, 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 bang. They go, and students sometimes say they're very tired at the end of it all, but it takes them very quickly. Even from, we've had these ones that have come from veterinary science or general sciences, nursing, who have still come out with the degree from us ready to register within 2 years.
Okay.
So if we go through the structure, James, of the current MPharm program, how is it structured?
So the current structure starts off with the general, some pharmacology. We require one pharmacology as a prerequisite to enter. Students who don't have that pharmacology can actually pick up things online, such as there's a straighter line pharmacology course done online, which has deemed equivalent, and that's enough to enter our program because we have 2 basic human pharmacology courses within the first year of study to get students up to speed even higher to be able to practice as a pharmacist. So they need a small foundation, but we build them up further in that first year. At the same time, they also start building on professional courses, and we have 3 professional practice courses that go through all the dispensing, the legalities, communication with patients, and at the same time they have therapeutics courses. So they're learning how that pharmacology translates into the medications that are used and what's used in the different situations, the protocols, how to be prepared for changes in protocols, because everything changes all the time these days. Okay, going through like that. And by the time they start into the beginning of their first year, they also start a research project, and it's a major research project. It takes the equivalent, the preparation for it is part of 1 trimester, but the actual research project is the equivalent of 1 whole trimester study. So it's quite a big project. If students do well enough in that project, they can have direct access to a PhD here. And we have had students, we've got 2 students I know of in this corridor at the moment. One is now part of our teaching staff. She went out, practiced, and then came back and is doing a PhD, and she is still a practicing pharmacist at the same time in hospital. We've got another down the other end of the corridor. He actually went back to where his brother owned a pharmacy and did some work in community pharmacy, then came back here and he's doing his PhD. So there's a few different pathways there.
And there are 2 entry pathways in T1, which is starting early March, and then T2 that starts in June.
July, yeah.
Early July.
July. Yeah. You're right. So, but the thing with the one that starts in March, it goes straight through 2 years. The students really don't get the chance to come home for 2 years. The one that starts in July, they have 1 trimester. Then we don't have any classes the first summer here.
Okay.
So it's equivalent to your winter up there, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. So they would have that first winter off where they could potentially go home if they needed to. But it's also a good time if they're trying to embed themselves well here, get some extra skills to pick up some work. There's always pharmacies looking for people who have, particularly if they've got a little bit of experience and a bit of maturity, to work part-time. We've had a lot of the students. I can't think of a single student who's come out of India who hasn't had a job within the first 6 months here, and they get well prepared for their internship. The thing is, within our school, we also, as well as helping organise the placements that they go on, our placements officer has a regular contact with a number of big pharmacy groups, and they send her the advertisements for when they want staff. So we get them, help them find jobs when they're students, but also the positions that lead to registration. So,
after doing internships.
So that's where they do their internship. They do their internship in a community pharmacy or hospital pharmacy, and they all get advertised through the school as well.
So after completing, James, like 2 or 2.5 years,
yeah.
Then those who want to practice as a pharmacist, they then move into the pathway of internship. And how long is the internship usually?
So the internship is about 48 weeks, so a little bit short of a year. And there is a written exam and an oral exam
after the internship
to register as the pharmacist. So your cast is what they call it pre-registration.
Does the university help in getting the internship for the student?
That's why I said we advertise them. We can't
Guarantee.
favor a student. We can't promote certain students, but we give them all the information they need. We actually do, though, in their very first placements, which is when they go out on the rotation through different sites.
This is during MFARM program.
Yeah, during the program, they also do an employability module during then. So they learn about preparing resumes, doing job interviews and everything. So we prepare them in that way. That's why we've always had 100% success rate with our graduates finding internship positions.
Okay. So one thing, Professor James, I wanted to ask, what sets Griffith University and Pharmacy apart from other universities?
I think it's the variety of placements we do. So we as well as the hospital and community, we do make sure that all the Master of Pharmacy do some placements in aged care. And then we have, because we have a long enough program, we do another placement when they're towards the end of their second year where they can get to specialise. They might go to a cancer clinic. There might be different wards in the hospital. Some of these placements they do 3 weeks. They do short, what's called quality use of medicines projects with the pharmacists in the hospital. So they're supporting the hospital there. But it really, helps them also bolster up their resume,
especially
for
in terms
for
of
jobs.
Specialization in any of the niche area for a clinical pharmacist, for example, as James said. So at the tail end of their MPharm, they might be doing a short project as quality use of medicine in pediatrics, in children, or in cancer care, or in aged care. So that makes it quite specialized also for them as a first-hand training.
Yeah, well, one thing more, because as you said that not only pharmacy background students can enter the MPharm program, even the here in India, BSc Medical can join, BSc Biotechnology, Biochemistry, they can join.
Yep.
So what is the motivation for a BDS, the dental surgeon, to join, and what will be his or her role after doing the pharmacy?
Right. I think the motivation to join there was simply the challenge of passing the registration exam here in Australia without doing a lot of additional study, and it's very expensive to do that additional study here. And so we offer a pathway in which they can get to register as a health professional.
And it complements their background as well, because what MPharm offers is a specialization in quality use of medications. For example, antimicrobials or painkillers, which dentists are one of the large cohort that usually prescribe those classes of medication. So here is a specialization that is developing their skill in terms of promoting that safety and quality use, but also, as James said, providing a pathway towards registration if they are open to the idea of working as a practicing pharmacist, if not a dentist.
We've even had students who have completed through here and still gone on and done medicine afterwards, because they've decided they have a stronger foundational knowledge, easier for them to get through the qualifying exams to get into the medical school, and found that their learning was a lot smoother through the medical program.
Okay, wonderful. And do the students of M-Pharmacy have the research opportunities along with the program?
Yes, that's why I said they have the 40 credit points, so one whole trimester of study. So they do research, they do a full dissertation. So that's where I said if they do well enough on that dissertation, it is a pathway into doing a PhD.
Okay.
So we have few students, Amith, who have completed MPharm and then moved into a PhD pathway also. Apart from, obviously, the registration pathway is open to them, but then it depends on the student. If they are really interested to have an established research career, so here is a program that makes them eligible for it as well.
A lot of them like to, if they're thinking research, they go out and work for a little while and they get some experience and earn some money and then come back to research and still work part-time. We have people who are working part-time as pharmacists in the public hospital and the private hospital and community pharmacy, but they've come back to do PhD. So
do you offer scholarships for PhD students?
There is a
Yes.
scholarship for PhD students if they meet the
Requirement.
required level, which is the grade level.
Yeah.
So,
And I'm happy to share that details with you, Amit, that you can share with the prospective students
I can.
on what are the criteria we're looking for the PhD scholarship.
we've had students come out of their MPhAM research subjects, research dissertation, even with getting published,
Okay.
being published in high quality journals.
And do you think that Gold Coast or Brisbane as a city does complement, the pharmacist in Australia as compared to other cities of Australia?
It's I'm not sure what you're meaning there. I think there are a lot of opportunities here.
Gold Coast and
Gold Coast,
Brisbane are definitely the growing
They're
belt
growing areas
of Australia, especially with the Olympics lined up, and also being a regional status for Gold Coast, so have its own advantages. Having said that, it's not like a rural area. It's like a proper a tourist location, great weather. The hospitals, the hospital which is next door is one of the biggest public hospital in the Queensland.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's biotechnology research and everything going on here. So they're very, and we're so close to Brisbane. Our school is down here on the campus on Gold Coast, but Griffith itself actually has 5 different campuses, including in Brisbane. Okay, it's just the pharmacy's position down here in the Gold Coast.
This is the newest campus in Gold Coast, isn't it?
I'm trying to think. Yes, it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm thinking it was because there was Nathan, there's Mount Gravatt, Logan,
South Bank.
Yep. Or is South Bank newer than here? No, South Bank was there already. It was changed. It wasn't Griffith originally, but it became Griffith at about the same time they built this one. But this one is very new, and there's a lot of very new buildings here. We're in one of the older buildings.
Yes.
But there are Gold Coast ones. I think in 2017.
Yeah,
so I really like.
You would have seen the new hospital then because it was only built about finished 2013 or 14, I think it was. Yeah.
Yeah, I did see the building of the hospital.
Yeah.
Any other key things you want to discuss about?
I think maybe that if James, because you have gone through the application, if you want to have any suggestions, a take-home message for the prospective students who are interested to apply for MPharm, let's say both from pharmacy stream, who are like B-Pharm or PharmD, or non-pharma stream but are eligible. What's your message to them?
My message would be that they shouldn't fear completing more study if we write back and say you're missing pharmacology or this, because sometimes we're disappointed when we go, that's a strong student, they're only missing this, and we don't hear from them again, because some of the courses that they can do online, we don't require them to have done one at a bricks and mortar university. There are a number of registered online providers. Some are more expensive than others, but the only reason we found out about Straight Align as an option for pharmacology was actually because one of our Korean applicants about 6 or 7 years ago said, what about this one? So I took it to the pharmacology team. They looked at it all, saw that everything they did was proctored as far as the exam went, and it was accepted. And it was a much lower cost than we'd previously been sending them to a major US university that did online study, but it was very, very prohibitive. It was expensive for the Australian students, so comparatively it would have been a lot more expensive for those students coming out of India.
Yeah.
So we're always looking for ways that we can help students meet these requirements. We're not trying to put barriers in the way. We're trying to support it. So I think that's a big thing.
So any scholarship for students directly, applying from India?
There is still, I believe, the excellent scholar. What do they call it? The remarkable scholarship. That's what they call it. That's the vice chancellor's scholarship,
and it's a health group level scholarship. I mean,
it's competitive, so they do need to write. We've had
We had
Anushka
one,
Farsi.
Anushka. Yeah,
Yeah,
we had one
so
student.
she's a great student. She was from India, so she got that, and that was paid 50% for her fees for the whole time she was here.
Okay.
But it is very competitive.
Yeah.
So it's across all the health programs.
Okay. Okay. Like in other programs in Griffith University, on the academic grades they give 25% or 20%. Is there something like that?
I believe it. I don't know if that's ever coming back again. That is something that has gone away in the last year and a half, 2 years.
Yeah.
And Griffith hasn't said whether they will instate it. Unfortunately, even students who had that, if their grades dipped below and then they came back up, they're not giving it back to anybody now. And when I questioned them on that, they said no, because it's not a scholarship we do anymore.
Okay. Fair
It's
enough.
only the higher level scholarship.
And also, I think, Amit, the pathway this program leads to, not many programs offer that pathway. It's leading to a registration pathway. So that means
That's the very important thing for Indian students coming to study.
If they are interested to work as a registered practitioner, so here is a potential program that they could consider. Obviously, then it's a trade-off between how much they can afford and everything that student and their parents have to decide. But the outcome is very clear, as we just discussed with you.
Yeah. So just one more thing, are there any Indian students studying this program or in Griffith at the moment? Or
hang on, I'm getting the list. I'm getting the list for my because I teach the management, my attendance record. Here's my attendance record for my management program for the pharmacy management course.
Second one.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yes.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Where are we? Copy Krishnan. 14, 15, 16. 16 students out of I've got some Bachelor of Pharmacy students doing that course as well. So 16 out of the, I think there's 42 MPharm students doing it, and 16 of them. That's why I said the majority of our international students come from India. We have majority from India, some from Korea, some from Pakistan, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka. Did I say Korea already?
And then there are a few from Middle East.
And
Okay, why I was asking is if it is possible for one of the students, just make a testimonial or for Indian students coming to study in Griffith University for Master of Pharmacy, if they if they have a message for students, what to focus, what not to focus, and
she did my course last year, I think. Oh no, there she is there. I missed counting her.
Yeah,
we've got a few good students. We've got. I've asked 2 of our students from India to be mentors because they're so good.
We also did this.
Definitely help, us recruiting more students for pharmacy.
We had a testimonial from Anushka a few years back about her experience of doing MPharm, because she was a recipient of remarkable scholarship. She did so well, and she now is working as a clinical pharmacist here. So we had a testimonial, but definitely happy to do that.
Yeah, and one more thing I wanted to ask is Bachelor of Pharmacy for 4 years or it is for 3 years?
4 years, 4 years.
4 years. And you're taking 12 medical students for Bachelor of Pharmacy.
Yeah, 12 students who have done physics, chemistry, biology. And then, and the extent of maths that they might have had done. But it's all online also, Amit, for the B-Pharm. Eligibility, because we do get our biggest cohort for B-Pharm is Korea.
We've got Korea.
But we do get students from India also. It's our second. It's coming quite close now. It's like second biggest cohort.
And what is the career progression for B-Pharmacy students?
So it's the same, like once they have done 4 years of B Farm, and if they want to work as a pharmacist, then they have to do internship, just like the way M Farm students will be doing. And then they have to do a written and oral pre-registration exam.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
It's a similar process.
Similar process. Yeah.
Very similar process. We just, because we get them already with a good foundation level of knowledge, we can take them a little bit deeper into critical thinking and research and getting them more prepared for higher level roles, management roles, to step up quickly. Yeah.
And especially for, like, this is for the pharmacy students from India who has done PharmD or Bachelor of Pharmacy and want to work as a pharmacist in Australia. Again, it's a long path, just like a dental candidate. So they have to do a stage 1 exam, and then they have to do internship, and they have to find preceptor on their own, which is so hard. And the passing rate of stage 1 exam is very poor. So the MPharm program then offers that pathway for them, which is fast track. So if they are eligible for MPharm program with us, they don't have to do stage 1 exam. So they do MPharm program for 2 years. Then if they qualify for internship, they finish complete internship and do the pre-registration examination, which everyone have to do.
Okay.
Isn't it, James?
Yep.
Yeah.
Because, why I see prospects or potential in this program now, the trend is changing in the students, counseling at the moment. Because earlier students wanted to go to Australia for studies, be it university A, B, C, D. Now students are more concerned about the employment opportunity after they finish their degree.
Afterwards, yeah.
So
That's good.
that is why I think this M pharmacies, because there are brilliant students. They're very good students coming from our part of region. But somehow they were not counseled properly earlier. So now, they are also more aware of the opportunities they may have, once they land in Australia. And the program, I really hope and see that it's a unique program, and with so many benefits, which probably the international students are eyeing for when they study, when they choose to study in Australia, because this degree leads to registration. They can work as a registered pharmacist. It's a very high-paying job. They have the opportunities to do the research, teach in the university, be it Griffith or any other university. So it looks a very good proposition. But yes, only for those students who are interested in actually studying, the genuine students.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's right.
As James said, who are committed, because it is an intense program of 6 trimester, isn't it, James? Which we have designed in 2 years. So it's pretty full on for the students.
But it's this is the investment worth it, because these 2 years rigorous study and everything that leads to much better future for the students in Australia.
Yeah, I look down at this list in front of me now, and I know one of these students. She came over with her husband, and she happens to be pregnant now. But we're still supporting her to keep moving forward. She's still moving forward.
Yeah,
she must be due in the next week or two. She's still studying. We'll do everything we can to make sure there's no delay in her.
Especially Amit, because ours is a more mature program in terms of its inception. So we know what it entails for a postgrad level students in terms of their priorities and the support that we offer on campus as well as throughout their program.
Yeah. No, I can vouch for the support provided by Griffith University, because when I was there, it was the orientation week, and there were Griffith mates helping the students. So I did see that. So so in terms of university offering, I'm really sure that university is doing wonderfully well, and we are associated with the university for the last 15 years. So but we were somehow missing this program. But meeting Sohail,
don't miss us anymore.
I will not. Yeah,
I'm always happy to have more students from India, because they're never a problem.
Yes. Yeah. So, anything else you want to talk about, or we can?
No, it's hard because things are changing so rapidly over here. Pharmacists are immunizers. Pharmacists they're looking to employ them in aged care. They're looking to employ them in doctors' surgeries to work.
So there are a lot
with
of
them. So
expanding scope
scope
for
of
pharmacy
practice.
Mm. now in Australia.
Prescribers.
As prescribers.
Pharmacists, they're prescribers over here now. So
Right.
it could change the face of things, and there could be those who experience the change and want to take it back home as well. We'll see. Yeah.
Wonderful.
So let us know then, Amit, if you come across any potential queries, anything that you think you need some more information beyond what we discussed today. James, and I'm happy to help because I look after the internationalization side for the school in terms of programs, etc. So yes, happy to do that.
I will definitely, and I really hope that we'll be able to, send some students for the March intake in Griffith University.
Sure, we look forward to. I was about to say we are looking forward to some March intake from you.
I was telling Sahil that already. I think I've already gone through at least 100 international applications for March next year. Yeah, so they're coming in very fast now.
Yeah, because the processing takes time, so probably this is the right time to apply for this.
It is the right time to apply because it can take, getting a visa these days can take 2 to 3 months. So it's important to get our answers back as quick as possible and then get through the visa application process.
All right. Thank you so much, guys, for your time.
And the good thing about us having those 2 intakes a year too is if anybody misses out on a visa, we very quickly can say, that's all right, we'll shift your offer to the next start time.
All right. Thank you so much. And
you're welcome.
Pleasure talking to you both. And
lovely seeing you. And hopefully I'll see you, if not in India, maybe you'll come back here again one day.
I will.
Thanks, Amit.
Okay.
All right. Take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.